Good morning, Pisces. I'm Empress Rose, and I'm here to do your reading. So these are general readings, and they're not going to apply to everyone perfectly. So take what works for you and leave what doesn't seem to make sense for you today. So all of my cards have been pre-shuffled and prepared and prayed over before I turned on the camera. All right, so we'll get started with the Oracle of Mystical Moments card, which give us an idea of the direction we're going today. So we need a message for Pisces. We need a message for Pisces. Okay, I'll take those. You have the House of Flowers, which is just like this beautiful blossoming home life. There's a partnership and a friendship, and it's just bursting forth. It's just really, really beautiful home life, beautiful relationships, beautiful family sort of situation, sort of isolated on the hill. But look at this beautiful rose, this lovely pink rose, a partnership, a sisterhood sort of vibe here. And then we have the elixir of life. We have this just really absorbing the beautiful aspects of life, the beautiful healing balm of life. There seems to be some sort of healing happening right now. And you're just sort of, there's also some passion here. Something that wants to be said. Your sort of throat chakra here is really, really catching my eye. So there's sort of like some healing words maybe that need to be spoken. And then this is touch the sky. So I guess that's what I'm getting here too, is we have this message that you're holding on to, and an idea that you're holding on to. And I mean, this is sort of a reversal. She's above the sky, she's looking down, and we have these birds and these messages that are coming, and some really hold on. All right, so you're just lost in thought, really. I guess that's what's happening with me, and why I paused really quick, because I was just completely lost in thought and absorbed. And this is such a Piscean thing to do, just be lost in thought. And this is also a lost in thought, in healing. So maybe we have two entities here that are healing and imagining, dreaming. We have right next to her, there is this bird or this message or this idea that she's got with her. And then here are these free-flying ideas up above the clouds. She's very above the clouds. So her head is very much, it's not even in the clouds anymore, it's above the clouds. And then this is just the absorbing of the healing and truth. And we have two very strong, just like lost in thought beings here. And what's interesting is in this one we have two sort of women also wearing white, and this beautiful just overflowing of love and life in the home. So although these both speak of isolation, this speaks of a home life that's beautiful, and maybe you've purchased yourself some flowers or something, but you're here in this moment. I mean, and I was saying though, this house is isolated too. So we have two people sort of lost in thought, and maybe they're just kind of lost in thought together in their home, or maybe It's the two parts of you, the two little fishes going in different directions. One's lost in thought, one's lost in emotion. And there's a sense of isolation here, though. So we're going to move to the Santa Muerte deck. Again, I've pre-shuffled this one. And I'm just going to do a little bit of a move in of the cards here. This is your past, this is your present, this is your internal situation, this is what blocks you, this is your external situation, this is your to-do list, and this is your outcome. All right, Pisces, this is kind of a little bit of a difficult situation. I'm glad you're lost in thought and in touch with your emotions right now. So in your recent past, you've left a very painful situation. You're moving past it. You might be the person who is taking the action to move forward, launching yourself off of this shore where there's been war and suffering. You're a wizened old man who, this is your job, is to ferry people across these difficult waters. And you've just launched this. We're still seeing the vegetation of the shore that you're on, and you're moving forward. There's this new land ahead with sunshine, and you have a boat full of wounded people. So it looks like you might be it's in this card. You can be any of these characters. You can be the wounded. You can be the ferry operator moving the wounded to the safe place. But I'm getting a real vibe that you are the ferry operator today, and that your job is to move people, and maybe even yourself, to move people to a new place, a better place. And there's a distance here, and it goes slowly. But you've started to do this, started to take on this role, maybe. That's just the vibe I'm getting today. It's such fascinating to do this, where the meaning of the cards, and it's clear. And then every time you look at them, there's just something, the story shifts a little, or is a little different for each reading. And that's just what I love about this. It's always new. So in your present situation, we have this One of Pentacles. So this is the beginning of sort of a money-making venture, a new job, a new situation. I mean, gosh, this is the beginning of a move forward also. And this is the beginning of a new adventure, a new job. It looks like there's money in your mouth. So there's something about the words that you're speaking and the words that you're saying that are bringing you, that are starting something. It's almost a very magical moment. We have this little cricket singing on the top of your head, and it's a very grounded situation. There's not. You are on this is a little bit like level 0 or level 1. You're right on the ground floor of this lush environment, and you have gold on your tongue and in your mouth, and you are part of something greater. The jungle is within you as well as without of you. So you're really at one with a situation around you. You have become absorbed into sort of a new world. So this is like a real planting of the seeds. And in this deck, the pentacles are a farming vibe of just that work and that labor that we put in, and then the harvest. So this is the planting stage. This is the seed has been planted. Your mind is in a place where you are going to grow, and this new venture that you're on is going to grow and is going to produce, its purpose is to produce, well, part of its purpose is to produce life for you, and the what it takes to sustain life, the sort of material objects that we need to sustain life. So internally, we have this Wheel of Fortune. We have changes that are going on within you that are not necessarily something you're in charge of. So the Wheel of Fortune is sort of just this turning, you know, we have this sort of wheel here of life and death, and it turns, and it turns on its own and in its own time. It doesn't consult us. We don't get to control it. We have the life and death, the yin and the yang. There's a shift. This is very yin-yang energy. There's a shift between yin energy and yang energy, and one of them is shifting. If you've been in one, your internal is shifting to another. Maybe you've been a real go-getter, and now you're starting to like listen more and go more in depth. Maybe you've been a good listener and a good absorber of the energy around you, and now it's time for you to take on more of a it's not just time. It's not like it's like, it's time for you to do this. So you're like, okay, I guess I'll go take on that energy. It's like, you're feeling the different energy come up for you. And I love that this is yin yang, and the Pisces has such a lovely yin yang feel to the symbol. And then we're having these two women here, one lost in thought, one lost in emotion. So there's a real shift that's happening inside of you that you're not necessarily in control of. But it is, so that's what's strange about it, is your internal vibe is something changing, turning over. And normally we're used to like being really in charge of everything that's in here. This is my world, this is my universe, I'm in control of it. And this is saying that there might be changes happening within you that you aren't going to be in control of, and you're going to be taking on a new energy. And when we take on new energies, it can be a little scary, because like this isn't how I'm used to being, you know. So as you're taking on new energy, you know, seek the help that you need to, like, is it okay to be more aggressive like this? I've never done that before. Or why did I just say that? I usually like stand up for myself, and this time I just kind of let it go, you know. So whatever shift you're experiencing inside, it's meant to happen. It's meant to happen right now. You're meant to change in a way that you're not necessarily fully in control of. Obviously, you have self-control. But so what's blocking you is this spiritual, a need to spiritually connect, or some sort of, is it a religion? Is it... Because normally this is like spiritual connection is great and we want that, but this is something that's in sort of like what might be causing a problem for your situation is some sort of spiritual communication, or maybe a lack thereof. Maybe what you're wanting is more spiritual communication, and you're not as spiritually grounded as you would like to be. And I think this house up on this hill, I think it is talking about like settling into the landscape. You know, you might be up a little high here, and this is asking you to ground a little bit, because I mean this man is sitting cross-legged. He's sitting on the ground. He's very in tune. So maybe you're wanting to be more in tune. You're wanting to be more grounded, and you're not really finding that. And of course, with this kind of internal energy going on where something's shifting, you want to feel that grounding, and maybe you're not feeling that right now, and that sense of connection or certainty, just because as this changes, you kind of lose some senses of connection. So I think maybe you're wanting a message too, and you're not getting it, and it's resulting in a lack of sort of spiritual clarity or inner clarity. You know, you're lost in thought here, and maybe there's just a lack of spiritual connection going on there. Okay, so in your environment, you have the King of Wands. You have kind of this like, I love the King of Wands though. this gung-ho, move forward. You have this maybe a male presence or a masculine presence of a presence of someone in your life that's like, let's move, let's go forward. So this is in your environment. This is someone that wants to move forward, is action oriented. They're inspired. They know what to do with their ideas. They know how to move it forward. Maybe they want to help you move forward and you're not ready to yet. You're like, I got a lot going on here and I've got these, like, I'm lost in thought, I'm lost in emotion. And maybe there's someone in your environment that's like, onward and upward, let's go. I know where to go. I know what to do. I know how to handle my inspiration. I know how to move it forward. And so this might be a person in your life, or just the situation around your life of things wanting to move forward, and you're having quite an internal, like, new stuff, airy, lost in thought situation, but around you is this like, move forward, upward, let's go kind of energy. And I really like me some King of Wands. And so your to-do list, so this one has shown up a few times in the to-do list. You are to find this is the Nine of Swords. Oh, look, here's this book here. I think this is like what you're looking for. You need to do a little research. This is really painful energy. You can see, like, he's got these swords going into his head, but it's also in a sanctuary. So what you need to do is find a safe space. Oh, these both are talking of sanctuary to me. You need to find a safe space to sort of deal with some of the pain of these changes, the pain of where you've been recently, the pain of the things that you've seen. You need to deal with some self-doubts. You need to deal with some self-inflicted wounds. This is sort of a nightmare card. You're having a nightmare, and it might be one that you created yourself. So the fears that you're facing, the fears that you're experiencing, the unsettled energy, these all need to be dealt with, and it's a very internal job. Like, it's inside you that these fears are. You're not outside in the wilderness and these swords are coming at you. This is sort of something you might have done to yourself, and you need to find a safe space, maybe counseling, therapy, maybe a friend, some sort of, maybe just yourself, and allowing yourself time to process what you've been through, what you've seen, this battle that you're leaving. And as the fairy operator, you've seen quite a bit of pain and suffering come onto your boat as you bring them to better places. So this is talking about having to deal with that. So this reading really wants you to get inside, understand what's going on in your head, understand that it is in your head, understand that you are safe, but deal with the nightmares or the fears that you're experiencing within. And then I love this outcome. This is the Queen of Cups. This is just a deeply emotional offering. We're looking at our heart and we're bringing it into the world. And we have so much love to give. So this is this balm here, and we've absorbed it. And once we've absorbed it, we can bring it out. This might also be someone a real person coming towards you with some love, some help, some assistance. There's a serenity in this card and a real joy in bringing this gift out into this world, this heartfelt gift. So I really see, we have this elixir, this emotional balm here, and here I see it being offering. If you're the one that needs it, it's being offered to you. If it's what you do, you're offering it, and you're offering it freely and with joy. And I think actually there's room for both of these things to be happening. There's a love that's being given and being received right now, is what I'm getting from this. This is a possible outcome of when you're dealing with your pain in your head. And then a possible outcome is this beautiful, I mean, it really does look like a gift though. There's one person and they're giving it to you. Some sort of loving balm, love offering. All right, Pisces, I hope that this was helpful for you. And as always, please like and subscribe and comment, because it just helps my little baby channel grow a little bit by bit. So anyway, have a wonderful week.